So, are you vaccinated?
I am.
And where did you get vaccinated?
I got my first vaccine at Cuesta College, and my second vaccine I went to Napomo at CVS.
Okay. And why did you decide you want to get vaccinated?
I want to get vaccinated, one, just to reach herd immunity so that we can go back to normal life, and two, because I work at a school and I feel like the risk of me contracting was higher just because I'm out of school often.
Okay. Yeah. And how did you obtain your vaccine appointment?
I obtained it through the school when the county was doing that thing where 10% of teachers were getting vaccines. I was on that list, and one day we got the news that we got our turn.
Nice. And so would you say it was easy for you to schedule your vaccination?
Yeah, I was surprised because when we got the alert, we did it through Google Forms, and I find that a really easy way. I like using Google Forms, but I was surprised that that was the official vaccine form they used.
Yeah. And did Cal Poly Health Services help you in any way in getting your vaccine appointment?
Not with getting my vaccine appointment. I've done testing through them a lot, but just with my vaccine appointment was all through my work.
Okay. And what is your knowledge of COVID vaccines at this point?
I read a lot about them on the news. I know that there's J&J, Moderna, and Pfizer was first. And then there's AstraZeneca, but that one hasn't been approved here yet. J&J just got stalled for a while. I like to read up on keep up to date on all of them because I think it's really interesting because it's all really breaking news.
Mm-hmm. I think you kind of answered this, but what kinds of resources do you use in order to get information about vaccines?
I look on Twitter Moments and Apple News and just go through the different articles that they recommend and that pop up. And sometimes I'll just Google research different ones, and sometimes I'll ask my dad because he knows a lot he works in the medical field. So.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a preference of one vaccine over the other? Or?
Yeah, I was happy when I got Pfizer because based on the stats, I felt like Pfizer was slightly better than Moderna. I didn't really want J&J because the efficacy was lower, but all in all, I think they're all if you have a chance to get one, I would never tell someone not to get J&J. I think it's just as, good, but there are just better statistics individually, I think, with Moderna and Pfizer.
Mm-hmm. And what methods do you think would be most effective in communicating information about vaccines to you?
I think campus-wide emails would be good. I think sometimes the California website can be confusing, but yeah, I don't know. Emails are good, stuff like that.
And what is your perception of Cal Poly Health and Wellbeing right now?
I think I've definitely had times where I've been helped out by Cal Poly Health and Wellbeing. But I know I feel whenever it gets brought up with people at Cal Poly, people have horror stories about getting really I don't know, just screwed over or really getting bad bad help, or they go there and somebody misdiagnoses them, stuff like that. So it's it's hard because I think that they do good work, and I'm glad we have one on campus and stuff. It's just, and I like the access to the pharmacy and all those things are good, but some of the things are just not great.
Mm-hmm. And have you had any specific positive or negative experiences with the health center? Yeah,
I've gotten my TB test there multiple times, and that was super efficient and effective. So it's nice to be able to go do that on campus, and I've gotten tested there a million times for COVID, and that's been pretty effective as far as just getting in and out. The only negative experience I've had is when I reached out for mental health. I basically called and asked if they did therapy appointments, and they asked me if I was going to kill myself on the line. And it was just I think the sensitivity with working with that group of if you're going to be working with students who are mentally ill, which if you're at the health center you probably will, I think that was really poor, use. But at the same time, one time I also went and I was sick, and I saw a doctor that day. So I think it really depends.
Mm-hmm. And if vaccines do become available outside facilities for students, what do you think campus health could do to make those more accessible?
I think it would be good for the Cal Poly Atlas Health Center website to have a page, or I guess, of resources of who has vaccines right now, or maybe even explaining how to navigate My Turn California and stuff, because that website can be confusing. So it would be nice to say first you go here, I know a lot of my friends have been calling around CVS's and stuff and asking do you have extra vaccines today? So having tips like that on the health center website may be helpful, so students know if you're itching to get a vaccine, here are different ways. I know there's the volunteering thing. If you volunteer 4 hours, you're qualified in California. Now that everybody can get one, it's kind of different, but that would be nice.
Perfect. That was all of them. Thank you.
Yeah.